Hi, I'm Paul Gille, the director here at Camp Cascatawa, and I'd like to take you on a short tour to show you not only our property, but give you an idea of our dreams for the Moving Forward project. So come on with me and I'll show you some beautiful things the Lord has given us. This area here is what we call the main camp, and behind me is our bathhouse. That's one of the projects in the long-term dreams, that we'd like to winterize the bathhouse so that we can use this beautiful property more during the colder season. To the right of the bathhouse is where the new cabin's going to be as we look to our Moving Forward project. That cabin will have two separate sides so that you could have two separate groups, or maybe a guy's side and a girl's side, with a common meeting area in the middle. And it'll also have bathrooms on both sides as well, so that will service our guests much better. It will be insulated and heated, so Lord willing, we can begin to start some winter events to minister to you better. Our dining hall is detached to a beautiful full-service kitchen, and again, as we move forward, we'd like to winterize the dining hall. Right now it has a beautiful large fireplace in it, but it sucks up so much oxygen that it takes the heat out of the room. So at least we'd like to put in an insert in that fireplace, and then in the future to insulate the building as well so it holds the heat in, and then add some kind of a separate heat system in years to come. Again, the Lord has given us this property ultimately so that people can experience nature, God's Word, and have strong relationships together so that we can develop youth and adults to be leaders for Christ who will reach the world. We want to keep the property as natural as possible, but still upgrade it so that we can have some year-round ministry here. This section back here is tucked behind our kitchen, and I like to call these our pastor's cabins. They are in process of becoming a place where people in ministry can get away, even if it's just for the afternoon, get their head together, kind of come to a place where not everybody can find them too easily, enjoy the property, maybe do some reading, some studying in God's Word, and just a place for them to be refreshed and to relax. You can kind of see a little bit of the process coming along. This cabin right here is the before, and the cabin toward the back is more of on its way to the after. We've changed some windows there and the door, done some work on the roof, and the inside is beginning to get cleaned up. There's still a little bit of work to do, but it's just a place to minister to those who minister to others and to be able to come and be refreshed. So it's an exciting process for me to watch it come together. This is the Howe building. Sometimes I'll call it the Howe Chapel. We want to make this into kind of a multi-purpose, a comfortable lounge setting. Most of our program takes place outside as a nature camp, but if the weather doesn't allow for it, we do want to have a place where everyone can be comfortable to either have chapel. It's a great place for leaders to meet together and do some planning, deacons retreats and so on, just to have a place to gather together and fellowship. Or we put together a small little coffee area over here, just for even our campers and our guests to be able to relax and enjoy it. There's a great view of the lake from here. You can hear the echo. That's one of the things we'd like to change as we build up some more funds. We've got to do something with the floor right now. There's really no floor down here at all. Maybe something with the way that we decorate that'll absorb some of the echo in the room. Other than that, it's a very usable building. Our beautiful waterfront was recently redone and makes it a very welcoming atmosphere. Great place for fire and s'mores, obviously, but just to fellowship, worship the Lord together. Some picnic tables to just enjoy lunch. Behind you is a volleyball, tetherball. We've got canoes and kayaks. It's a very quiet lake. It's a real blessing. Not a lot of other boats or people around, so it makes it perfect for our camp setting. We're in Pine Cabin. This is kind of one of the bigger cabins. This holds 24 people. We can hold a total of 99 campers plus our staff. Again, not winterized yet, but Lord willing in the future, we'll have that taken care of. This was Oak Cabin. Oak Cabin is famous for a lot of reasons. A lot of campers have stayed here over the 50 years that we've been a camp here on this property. This is the cabin that got crushed by a tree. Right behind me is where the tree came down and just completely crushed the roof and bent out the walls. And another reason it's famous is because that got our moving forward project started. Losing a cabin and just causing us to think a little bit about what our future should look like and what we're going to do to replace it or not replace it. That's where the whole idea of the new cabin came along. That'll have the bathrooms and the two separate sides, as I've already mentioned. In the meantime, is still a very beautiful foundation here, good and strong. And so it's between two of our older cabins. And those cabins, my dream would be to make those into couples cabins, where couples can just take a weekend retreat away. We'll have bathrooms in those cabins and a little more of a comfy sleeping setting. But this being in between the two, we'd like to make this kind of a relaxing hangout area. Maybe put some hammocks, maybe put a area for like a serving table, something that people can just come and relax. There's a beautiful view of the lake. Right behind me, if we just take a few trees down, it wouldn't be a lot of work at all. It's just the idea of raising the funds and putting the work team together to make it happen. This is our paintball and airsoft battlefield. We had some volunteers come in and just kind of rework the whole field. One of the things we're struggling with right now is a lot of that equipment is getting older, and it takes a beating, especially during summer camp season. So we need to replace our paintball guns and upgrade our airsoft guns and so on. But it is a great place to add some adrenaline, get some excitement going, and build a team together when we have guests on the property. This is our hay barn, and it obviously needs some attention. We're very thankful for it. It holds about 120 bales of hay, which is about 2 months worth of hay. So we'd really like to do something to expand it. You really can't tell, but the pillars that support it are beginning to rot off at the ground. If there's a way we could make it a little bit wider and protect it a little bit better than tarps, then that would help us hold more hay, keep it a little more out of the weather, keep our hay delivery man from coming every 2 months, especially in the winter. It makes it pretty rough. So part of the plan would be to fix up the hay barn a little bit. And then over to my right here, of course, is the stables with our 4 horses. The horses are there year-round. They're a major piece in our ministry. Our goal is to always have horses here when there's campers around. It changes the atmosphere, it changes their attitude, just seeing such a beautiful large creature and how gentle they can be sometimes calms a camper or a guest right down. So we're very thankful for this area. This is our craft shop. It's a very beautiful building, and it's also a wood shop. We have some great wood tools in there. It allows the campers to have a whole week of making a wood project, or there's a lot of different crafts available if a group comes in and uses the property. And this is where all of the projects were made for our fundraiser. Our tour has taken us full circle, really. The entrance sign that says Camp Cascatawa is right behind us. So here is our last building. We call this the bunkhouse. It's a very versatile building. It sleeps 20, and it also has a little meeting area in the front. But it wraps up our tour, and we want to thank you very much for your prayers, your support, all the work that you've done to keep the ministry going. And we look forward to being able to minister to you in some way as we reach out to local churches and Christian ministries, just wanting to continue to grow in our relationship together and with the Lord. Thanks so much. transportation. Oh, hang on. We'll see you soon.